You'll have to know, won't you? Good evening. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
Welcome back to
Welcome to Ukraine.
Welcome to Ukraine. So anyway, Luba, what's happening? Hey, you're wearing like some, what is that? Like, is that a Ukrainian traditional shirt that you're wearing?
Striker, I think that you're wearing it as well. You're like, look at my sleeve. How it happened?
Yes, we've decided to become, well, I've decided to become fully Ukrainian. I've actually given up my citizenship and I'm actually applying for a Ukrainian one.
Yeah,
see
you
how
think
that
that
goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, okay, we'll wait for some people to go in, to get in there. Hey, Mama, how are you, Mama?
She said that she's walking near the beach. How is she watching us? I don't know. Mom, привет.
Oh, Mama's got Wi-Fi at the beach. Interesting. I thought they only had Wi-Fi in the city, or the beach, the village. Anyway, so what's happening, Luba? Hey, let's talk about, because it was a recent lockdown, right?
Yeah.
And it started on like 1 week ago. Yeah, one week ago. So they locked down the airports again out of the blue, like out of nowhere. It just was like, what the hell's going on? This come from nowhere. So
I kind of was saying that there's more cases, and then it was like anti-record because it was so many, and it's really difficult. Like I don't really want to go. Вышиванка, Matt, you're right. It's really difficult to judge because some people really taking this disease very serious. Somebody's saying that it's just economical or
conspiracy.
Yeah, I don't really want to go deep inside. Unfortunately, yes, people got sick. I recently been at the hospital. I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that most likely, like in their hospital, there's people who are older got sick and people who are obese, like the people with the overweight. Everybody else got either no symptoms or it's very going very light. To be honest, I think that nowadays, because of the summer, especially in Ukraine, I don't know how it is on the West, but people more struggle with like some food poisoning because a lot of people like to eat some maybe something get bad. And like my friend, all her family and her kids in the kindergarten, like everybody got sick. So I don't even know like what is kind of better or worse. So yes, the lockdown is now till 28th or 29th of September, and we hope that after that it will be open. And as soon as it will be open, we will definitely do an update. But today, we want to talk.
I'll just one thing. Is it like I read an article? I don't know how I can put the article in or not. But of how many people that they were actually letting into the country in that first like few days or few weeks or whatever, and they let in 22,000 foreigners after the lockdown. And they only turned away 350. So it wasn't like it was shut and you can't get in, that people were coming in, but they were turning away some people. So let's just leave it at that anyway. And hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining. It's been a while since we've done a live video, I think. I can't remember when we did the last one. So, okay. Thank you. Yes, we have this new Ukrainian look going on. Luba's probably got plenty of these shirts, but this is my first Ukrainian shirt.
So I'm pretty
stoked about it. Yeah, and I tell you what, okay, this is actually quite interesting. Is that when we started Hard Rocket, our goal was to look after the agency on the terms that they look after the guys, right? So we have guys that come over, and the agencies respect that. They can charge whatever they want because it's not unreasonable. We don't try and screw them down the price and mark up the. If you guys saw my video, which was the big dog, little dog. So we don't do that. And these shirts are actually sent to us by one of our agencies that we recommend. So basically it was a gift to say, thank you. So even though it's quite a cool gift anyway, it actually symbolizes something a little bit more than just a gift. It actually symbolizes that the agencies are actually respecting us. They're respecting what we're doing to help them, to bring them income and to bring them clients and all that sort of stuff. So when we got the shirts, I was like, yeah, free shirts. But really, there's a little bit more to it than that. Everyone loves free shirts. I mean, come on, it's a free shirt.
Look at my. I'm trying to show them because, like, you have here ornament, and for the girls, it's usually like on the sides, so the girls can dance.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And I can't.
I will do like this.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So today, we did a video a couple of weeks ago when we did was it a couple of weeks ago? I don't even know. I've like lost completely the concept of time has gone. But we did a video a little while ago when we heard about the lockdown. So we were actually making a video at the time. Luba was doing a video that said everything is great, it's open, come in. We had our phones on silent, and then when she finished the video, our phones went off silent, and we were bombarded by messages from the agencies saying, like, what do we do? Like, with this, it's closed again. So Luba and I, we went away and we sort of talked about it. So we talked about doing what we've done in the last week. We talked about it in the first lockdown, but the agencies were sort of like, oh yeah, you know, maybe not, whatever. So we were like, okay, we're not going to do it then. We hadn't finished Heart Rocket. We had a lot of work still to do on Heart Rocket, which we had finished. So we decided to do it, and we've done it in a ridiculously fast time. So what we have, how do we even say it? How do we say it? Do we just come out and say what we've done, or do we lead up to it?
I don't know. No, we just basically can say, you know, I can tell the story how it happened. So we had an idea, and all of you know that I've been working for agencies like in dating industry, you know, in this industry for a long time. And I always have this passion to match people. And then I was working, like I had my little agency, and I was working as a wing woman, and for my personal clients. And then then we started the project of Heart Rocket. Just a second, the guy wants to get in. We wanted we started the Heart Rocket when it's like take me away a little bit from the matchmaking as it used to be when I was doing this offline, and I started helping guys online, and I enjoyed it, but I still like wanted to know a little bit more. You know, I wanted to help them. I wanted to know girls maybe a little bit better from different agencies. And so during the first lockdown, we thought that what if the guys will talk to the girls before they arrive. And some of you may think, oh, they just did a video where they say that don't talk to the girls before you arrive. And we will come back to this in a moment, and we're not trying to contradict our sayings, but I will explain what it means. And I kind of like called to the agencies. They was not that interested, and they said that yes, but no, and we don't know. But this lockdown, actually, agencies start contacting me and saying that, Luba, what about your idea? Let's have calls through your website. And I said, no, you know, now I'm not really interested about that. Like, I don't want, we didn't want to have any like dating thing on our website, because we are about like education, and then we give you resources, and then we support you. And then I was just talking to Striker, and like almost at the same moment, like I thought, we both thought, like, what if the girls will speak English, and it will be so much better than, you know, for the guys to talk directly to the girl without any interpreter, without anybody else. If the guy will be able to talk to a girl one-on-one, how good is that? And Striker really supported that idea. And I called the agencies back, and I said that, yes, we would like to do it. We can offer this. Striker can build like the page for that, but we want only girls who speaks English.
Yeah, so that was the thing. So whatever we did, like when we started, it was basically just to try and solve the problems. And I know what the problems are, because as you guys know, I went in, did it like much of you guys did or are thinking about doing it. So we just looked at all the issues that come with like the whole video chat thing, right? And we just said, like, you know, why can't we just fix it? Like, why can't we make it easier? We can't fix everything, of course, and it's subjective to different people and different situations. But surely we can just like fix a bunch of the problems and make it a little bit easier. So, okay, well, let's go through some of those problems.
Just 1 second, Striker. Guys, do you hear Striker well, or his video is breaking up because of the connection? I just don't know it is my problem or it is his problem. Like when you talk, it's like sometimes like a robot and the picture is not clear. Guys, can you hear Striker well, or you have some troubles?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody here? Bad connection. Yeah.
Bad connection. Okay, how do I fix it? Anybody in IT here?
Wait, I can hear him well. His video is breaking up, working fine. Oh, guys, just breaking like a robot. Oh my god, hear him well. Low. Oh, everybody say different things. Hear him for perfect. Rich Miller, you just always hear Striker perfectly. Hearing Striker was difficult.
Maybe it's my accent.
Striker is breaking. No, it's important.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to fix this because it's like when you're watching a movie and when the good bit's about to happen, you know, it's like the internet cuts out on Netflix and it's like, or something like that. Maybe just disconnect.
Maybe use your mobile data.
Okay, but this can only go south from here. Okay, 1 segundo.
Okay, while Striker is away, I just wanted to get rid of him. I'm kidding. So I will tell a little bit about. You heard everything. For a second. Yeah, I also see that, and so I think it's like for this topic, it's important for you to hear as well. So basically, we just thought that, and I thought that it would be so easy for you if you talk to the girl directly. And when I go to the agencies, like before we tell you like how we fix all the problems, I just asked them about the girls, and I said, you know what, like we don't want to have we don't want to have like thousands of girls. We want the girls who are serious, who are willing to talk, and who speak English, and they would not need an interpreter. And some agencies was very enthusiastic about that, and some agencies said that, we only have like few. And I said, it's okay, but maybe in the future, like the girls will be more motivated because they have more chances now to meet a good guy. And so for them, to learn English will be a good motivation, like if we bring the value. But we will announce the numbers soon. But I was surprised how many actually girls speaks English, and very happy to be able to like propose that to you, like to offer that to you, that now the guys who are with the Heart Rocket will be able to communicate with the girls directly who speaks English and who will see the all amount of the girls who are there. Striker?
I can't get this to go. Is this okay? Or is it still a bit sort of shit?
No, it's not okay. What if you use your mobile data?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but I can't. I can't get it to connect.
Luni, what do you mean? Would it be possible to provide interpreter as a part of the plan? So interpreter would not be needed, hopefully, and this is the plan. Of course, like this, as Striker said, like we, this idea came to. Came by because of the lockdown, but we understand that for the guys who are planning to come, I will just explain you, like I will go back to the video that we just did when we said that, it's not, we not recommend to talk to the guys, and then it was a lot of different comments. If you would ask me, Luba, should I talk to the girl before I come?
I'll just try and reset my modem. 1 second. I'm going to disappear.
If you would ask me, I would say that, I think that a real meeting is much more valuable and important than any kind of sort of video calls or, of course, not a letter writing at all. But so many guys, when we have our coaching calls, so many guys are talking about it and asking. And I see that it's not that they're just asking. I see that for a lot of guys, it's very important. They would like to talk. And we recently had a couple that really, like, they've been talking because of the lockdown. They've been talking for 4 months before he arrived. And when he came, really, like, the connection was that strong that they really, like, they become so close and they already know so much about each other. And this is the case. If you meet the lady who is really matching you, I believe that you will have a lot of topics to discuss. You will be able to, cheer each other up, and you will be able to, you will be able to keep this conversation. You will have so much in common. If you talk to a person and you don't have anything, like you barely can find topic to talk, or I heard it from the guy. He say, I left, and she say, I asked her how are you, and she tell me fine without even asking how am I, and so we just stop there. And I believe that if you speak the same language, like when you're doing this video, then it can be easier, but also it will work only if you match, and everything work only if you match. So I think that now it's better because even your picture is better.
I even look better.
No, I didn't want to say that.
No, not okay. Okay.
Before
Cool.
we start talking, now the sound is really bad.
The sound is bad?
Yes.
I don't have a lot of patience left. Okay, I'm just telling you now. The sound is bad.
Sound is bad. You're like from the tube. Woohoo!
You actually sound different as well. So I don't know. I don't know how to make it better.
Maybe take off your headphones and just talk from your.
Okay, I'll disconnect this.
Guys, I'm sorry about that.
Is that better?
Yes, perfect. So now you talk.
You. Oh my god, this is just it's like a puzzle. This get all the pieces in the right place. Anyway,
now
okay.
perfect.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm just gonna answer some questions real quick.
So basically, what I said is that like we've seen that the guys was looking for that, even like on our video. Like I'm not saying that we change our vision, and I still don't think that this is like super efficient, but with having lady who speaks English and with whom you would be able to talk without any limits, because we're not gonna limit our guys for 30 minutes, for an hour, anything like you just get to know her and you talk to her without any limitation. And maybe today you will talk to her for 10 minutes, but tomorrow you will talk more. So we're not gonna limit that. And I think that this is like super big plus 1 point to this kind of service that we're going to provide.
So when it comes, and I'm going to read these out in a minute, which is the points that I've made about this, so I don't forget any. When it comes to doing like a Skype date or a video date, I guess, or introduction, you should probably want to, what we want to call it. There are some downsides to this, right? And the number one downside I'm going to say is that you get one chance, right? So, and this is my number one problem with this, is that you flick on your camera and you don't know what's going on with her, right? So we like to think that we're the most important beings in the world, the men that are coming over to Ukraine, but she's got her other life. Like maybe she's got kids, maybe she's had a bad day at work, maybe she can't get time in between her two jobs, maybe there's a parent that she has to go and visit or something like that, and she has to like run into the agency, which might be miles away from where she lives, because they're not going to let her do the video chat at home, right? We like to think that, she can just call me off her phone and it'll be great. That's not what happens, right? So she has to come to the office. She has to do the video chat. So there are issues that come with that. One is the complete awkwardness of the whole thing. She's sitting here. Here's the agency owner or the manager, like making sure that she doesn't say anything stupid or that she doesn't say anything bad or she doesn't give out her contact details, right? So she's doing that, and so she's sitting in this cold office, in this room on this laptop, right? So we want to get rid of like the uncomfortableness of the date, which is, I think it's a big thing. We will also want to get rid of like the PPL version of it. Like, of course you guys know us and we would never do anything that was remotely close to the PPL version of it. Chances of a scam. So quite often the scam comes with a translator. Not that our agencies will do that, of course, but we want to rest assured, we want to make sure that everything is fine, right? So the translator, as we decided, like as Luba said, like get the hell out of here. We don't need translators for this. If she can speak English, he can speak English. What's the problem, right? Speak English. Let's go. Another one is like her not looking like the picture, right? The guy looks at these beautiful pictures. And then he pays for like the date, and he's like, "Who the hell is this? Like, this woman looks nothing like the pictures, right? So even, have you said how many ladies that you've loaded in there, Luba?
No.
Okay. So my goal, or my dream is that if we can get 150 ladies loaded in there, of like, varying ages, of course, I'd be so stoked. And this was like on like maybe Sunday or Monday when we started sort of like really putting it together. And then Luba was like, I'm not going to tell you how many ladies we're working on. And she told me, like, don't look at how many ladies. So I said, I won't look at how many ladies. But she texted me just before of how many ladies, because I know that she was keeping it as a surprise. How many ladies? I can't find it.
274. And I have approved 37 more that will be loaded tomorrow. Because of the weekend, like I would have a little bit more, not a little bit, I would have more if it would not be a weekend, like if I have one more working day, because like I think that only me working during the weekends, and the agencies just want to rest at summer. Yeah, so tomorrow will be 100.
So that's impressive in itself. But the fact that these are all women that can speak English, right? That's the thing, right? So I just want you guys to appreciate how amazing that is.
And like Loni said that, like, I don't mind if the lady doesn't speak English. I super respect that. But for our idea, like there was no point to put like old ladies. We don't want to have like all the ladies on the website. But I think that for the guys who really, for whom it is important to have an English speaking lady, really like it's a great opportunity, because I've been working for many companies, but I never have been anywhere like close to that where the agency would offer English-speaking girls. And I can tell you the reason for that, but I think that you understand that if the ladies speak with you directly, then they're not making money on that anymore. And so, of course, if we give you contact of the lady and you talk to her by yourself, then what, like, we want to have a success rate. We want, I mean, it's a second. We want you to find your special lady. We want you to know that hard work, it really helped you to find your soulmate. And we care about money. And that when Striker started his channel, it was not about money at all, and probably just and he wanted to help just because he wanted to help you. And because for me it's my main job right now, and we have this project, like we start to a little bit like we have our course, we sell it, but even our channel is not monetized. Like we're not even trying to make, like, even we have now more views and subscribers, we don't try to like break our channel with the commercial. And we got already like one offer from company. They wanted to do promotion. We don't want to promote anybody. We don't want to sell anything, I mean, outside of our box. But we want you to be successful. We want you to that we are about practical approach. So we're gonna do anything that it takes to make sure that you can meet a special lady without any borders about many people around. If you want support, we will support you, but we don't want you to have some distraction on your way.
Okay, so her not looking like the picture. Okay, so Luba's kind of alluding to something when she's saying, like, with the translator thing. We're sort of not saying the whole thing, but I think you guys got to get the picture. If a lady says she can speak English and they put you through a translation thing, quite often it's to make money, right? So
before 1 second, it bring me idea that we do have these ladies, and Striker will tell now about the pictures that I asked one of the agencies. They want to tell, or I tell? Because it's important.
I can say it.
Okay, but you can tell it. But one thing that I was going to mention is that I also think that it is so much cheaper for you if you talk to a lady, for example, and Striker will tell you how I was battling with the Photoshop and etc. So I want the real pictures, even if the pictures would not be like from the magazine, you will see the real beautiful Ukrainian ladies. But if you pay and you meet for a date and she not really looks like a picture, you also spend money on a dinner and etc. Right? If you do the video call, then you don't have any extra expenses. You just have your cup of tea and she has your cup of coffee, and that's all. So this is also a benefit. But we're not closing the borders for the offline dating. But I think as a benefit for that, it can be this.
Yeah. What was about back to the photos again, but Global Bloodstock, he says, are these women from all over Ukraine? A lot of them are from Belarus, right? No?
No, all of them, all of here. It's Belarus, it's Kyiv, Kharkov, Dnipro, Poltava, Zaporozhye.
Yeah, so Ukrainian, Belarus.
Again, it will be like during this week. I don't want to say any numbers because I want to surprise you next time. But it will be a lot of different girls from smaller cities, and I have some plans for that.
Some secrets. Okay, cool. One thing I was going to say before, but I forgot.
And also a lot of girls, like we just add there because it actually I didn't think about that. I just see the guy just posted like I'm from Denmark. Agencies ask me if we can add languages because like in our profile that agencies was putting girls in, there was like I don't need an interpreter and I may need an interpreter. We put it only in case like in the future, like so, but none of the girls put the tick box there. So for now, they all speak English. But then the agencies start contacting me and they say, Luba, can you add some more languages? Because we have girl who speaks fluent German. Maybe she doesn't speak English, but she speaks fluent German. One girl speaks French, one girl speaks Spanish. So we also add French, Spanish, Italian, and German. So some of the girls even speak these languages. And also, you ask about the cities. Like when one of our partners started putting girls, and we put only our 2 cities that we have in Belarus, they say, can you please add more? And so Striker actually was making fun. He will tell this now, but there was like another 5 or 6 cities in Belarus that they have ladies from, and it's like 200-300 kilometers from capital of Belarus, and they're going to be ladies from there as well. What was the name of the city that you're making fun of?
You always want to go down there, don't you? You always. One of the things.
It was just, in Russian it sounds different. It was, I didn't even think about it.
Because it's spelled breast. Right? It's spelled breast. I can't go the other way. Like it says breast.
You thought that I'm making fun of him because the city called Brest. It's the name of the city, Brest. But Striker, it's a breast. So don't be. Striker said that every guy will want a lady from a breast.
Yeah, and it's probably looks different, obviously. But okay, what's the age range? That goes from. There's actually I saw that Luba put in a lady, and she was like 21, which I wasn't. Like,
I didn't want to put young ladies, but we have a couple of ladies who are 21, 24, 26, 29, and the oldest one that I was like super impressed. She's 56, but oh my gosh, I want to look like that. She's really like very, very nice lady. And if we have like guys who are older, she's incredible. She is really like very sweetheart.
Yeah, so I guess the range is vast, I suppose. So. Okay. Where were we at? Okay, so let's go back to her not looking like the picture, right? So all agencies, not all agencies, but some agencies, even though they're honest and they're good at heart and they want the best and all this sort of stuff, they have to Photoshop the photos because they're battling with the other agencies that Photoshop photos as well, right? So it's like I guess if you're selling a product, you want to make the advertising, the poster that's outside the shop look the best, right? So there's one agency, and the guy that does her photoshopping is like he's got it down on point with his photoshopping. You can make a 100-year-old person look like they're 21, and I always laugh about how good he is at photoshopping. But I said to Luba, like, when our clients go to this agency, we always say, like, please show them the real photos. Don't, like, please, because he knows it's like, no one's skin is that smooth, right? Even when you're born, your skin is not that smooth. So anyway, so Luba went back to this particular agency and said, look, we can't put these heavily Photoshopped photos for these guys that are with Heart Rocket to look at and to expect. So, and she was like, okay, fine. So she got the original photos that were taken by the photographer and sent them to Luba. So they're professional photos, but without the, the smooth filter and all that sort of stuff. So, and for that, like, I was proud of Luba I was proud of the agency, I should say, for actually saying, yeah, of course, like we can give you the real ones, but maybe they won't like them as much as the smooth over face ones. And we said, no, it doesn't matter about that. It has to be a real photo. And so her not looking like the picture. Okay, so it's actually kind of a difficult one because even an Instagram photo these days is doctored, right? There's some face manipulation smoothness going on. So her not looking like the picture, we would like to think that they look as close to the picture as possible, right? So when the camera turns on and you have a date with her, or you're going to meet with her or talk with her, we would like to think that you will not be shocked. It's probably the best that we can do. So her photos that we have on our website are what has been made available to us. So we try our best to get as up-to-date, recent photos that aren't photoshopped, but there's no way that we can see what they look like in real, okay? If you do have a photo with her and it's like, what the hell is this? Like, this woman looks nothing like the photos that I saw, then tell us, and we will definitely take this up with the agency, and we will also check anything else the agency has to do with any other photos to make sure that this is, you know.
I have one guy who kind of already inside, and so he knew about that, and he was going to order a call with the girl, and I kind of seen, and you know, I can't blame agencies. Like, it's not that we have much of this, but I definitely seen it. Тихонечко. We definitely seen it that that a lot of sorry, I lost my thought.
Let me take it from here. Okay, so next one.
What I was talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Do you want to keep going? You were talking about. You have one client who knows
Oh,
that.
sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got really distracted. So this guy, and I kind of seen the lady, and I thought that, you know, this pictures looks a little bit old. Like, I don't know when it was taken. So I called the agencies and I said, can you please send me a recent picture? Because of course nowadays everybody have a smartphones, everybody has everything. So it's not a big deal to ask the girl to send a recent picture. And I understand that you guys like to see this like pictures like of the shooting, but you have to understand that, you know, when she wake up in the morning, she has no makeup, and she like, you need to like this kind of person. And so I asked for the picture, and they sent it to me. And they like, I sent it to him, and it was exactly the same. Like, so in case like you would hesitate and not sure, you know, if it is the same lady or no, then just ask. We will send another picture.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that actually comes down to like another problem that we're trying to solve, right? So we don't want you to go, yeah, I'll do this. You have a talk, and then it'll kind of turn to shit like a lot of these things do. So the idea is that like Luba oversees everything, right? So if something is not right, she will fight for you. She will go into battle for you. She will help you to meet a woman that you like. She will facilitate it. She'll do all of this stuff. So it's not just pick a woman from the website and have a date with her, like a paid letter writing site or anything like that. So it's a full service where there's going to be a matchmaking offline that will lead to online that will lead to offline. Probably the best way to get around the right way. But so she's there with you the whole way. Okay, this is not like just pick a lady and yeah, she'll have a date with you and yeah, you know, blah blah blah. We don't want to do any of that sort of stuff, right? So our whole thing is like creating something that could last the distance, right? It's not about like bits of dates here and there. Okay, we're not interested in any of that sort of stuff, like maybe some of these other websites are. So, so we're there. So the idea is that we look after you. We're there. You're there the whole way. Someone just asked here, where was it?
About time. Yeah.
No, it was like, do you have to be part of Heart Rocket to pursue these ladies? Yes, of course. So. Like Heart Rocket is ever evolving, right? And when I always said that from the start, like it was like we kind of just solving problems along the way. New problems come up, and we'll hopefully solve that problem as well. So when it comes to doing this is not like I said before. We're not just want to take some bit of money and then let you go out. So we have Heart Rocket, which is the course that you can go and do, and you get 1 month. And we call it essential support, which is like email support. You get access to all the agencies, all the resources, the support, everything. And then there's one that's called Next Level, which is like the Wing Woman support. So for those guys, and I think there may be a couple, one or two in here at the moment. They will get access to that. Okay, so to do the online matchmaking part is. It was called Next Level Wing Woman Support, right? But now we're going to call it probably something else because it is something else. So you have to be part of the Heart Rocket Next Level Wing Woman Support. Hopefully I'm explaining that okay. I know it's all sort of kind of new to us as well. We may change the name of it. So yes, oh, sorry, I was going to say, and it is for 3 months. All right, so you buy it for 3 months. It's a 3-month block. Luba is there, or we're there with you for 3 months of like online dating. When you go over there, planning your trip, when you come back, etc., etc.
And this is very important because somebody may tell you that, oh, we like they sell packages like for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and like that's it, because like they want it to be like fast. But one of the guys asked a very like pointed question about the time differences, and he said that it's going to be difficult to arrange because of the time difference. And yes, everything will be difficult. Honestly, it's not going to be easy. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking like what to do, how to do it, how to make the schedule. I have an idea about that, and I think it's very smart. I actually came to this idea with one of the partners when we was posting this profiles, and we've been talking. So I will talk about that as well. So the guy will have like a couple of options of the time when the girl is available, and he will be able to choose. So it will be no stress. But you have to understand that like why we want it to be in 3-month section is actually because like when we was thinking about this 3-month support on offline base, it was month before you arrive. So I help you to arrange logistically your trip, to prepare you, and etc. Then second month, it's when you actually in Ukraine. And then the third one, when you just left and you want to keep in touch with your lady, you want to send her some flowers, or you want to do something, or you want me to like discuss with you something. And so, and then you can buy one by one. When you do online, it's going to be not easy and not fast that the call will be arranged, because like somebody may be, and it's not just because of the girl, it can be because of you. Some of the guys working shift, some of the guys will be available on the weekend. So that's why we want to give you plenty of time to be able to have it. We're not going to limit you and say, in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, like, no, it's over. No, it's not over. And of course, like I will, everything will try to be arranged like as fast as possible, but you have to understand that it's going to be, it's going to take time. It's not like that it's going to be any problem, but it's going to take time. But like think positive, think about that you will just be able to talk to the lady directly. And a lot of agencies, unfortunately, for whom I've been working, they've been hiding the girls who speaks English. And you guys will confirm that the guys who've been scammed before, unfortunately, they went on a date and like she came with an interpreter, and the interpreter is always there, always there, always there, always there. And you just pay for this hours. It's $100, $200 per day. They take you outside of the city, and then, you have to pay this amount of money. When, trust me, all of the agencies, I've been like right before this call, I've been talking to one of our, I hope, new partners, because like we got a very good feedback about them. And they've been talking about that, from the second date or third date, they try to leave, like even if the ladies speak not fluent English, they try to leave them alone. They try to like put them together so they somehow, and I know that it is a mindset of many of our partners. It's so they don't have really interest on like making money from interpreter or like sharing with interpreter or whatever. Even they can, of course they can, but they don't have an interest in that because they work in the best interest of them. And I think that agencies with that, it's very different dynamic. The agencies that we work now with, kind of like before, when I was working, people like how much money you make. This agency discussing how many weddings they have. And it's funny because all of them, like the lady that I've been talking recently, she worked in the industry 15 years, and she just told me like how interpreters like stole her data, blah blah blah. But she was like, how many weddings you arrange? And it was cool because she didn't say like, what is your price? It's like, what is this? She like we talk about like how many couples we created like this year, last year, 15 years ago, and this is for me, this is the best. And
okay, cool. Okay, so. Why I kind of disagree with the current method, with the current.
Disagree or agree?
No, like why I have sort of never really sort of liked the idea behind. Well, not that I don't like the idea, but why I think it can go tits up, right? Is because if you're going to have an online meeting, right? We did a video recently about how. Guys just want to see if she's real. They just want to see if there's some connection, and I don't know, or something like that. But this is where, we've thought about this, and her going down to like the agency office and So we've got rid of that. So the way that we're going to facilitate the date is just basically through Zoom call that you will have. We're not too sure if Luba would be there present just to say, hey, this is blah, 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 this is Anna, this is Dave. Go for it. And then after the call is done, we will ask Dave and Anna, our made up.
You should say Lana.
Lana, yeah. Yeah, could. If they would like to exchange details. Okay, so if they do, if she's happy to do that, then this is his number, this is her number. We'll see you later. You know, we stay with the guy. We say, is there any problems or anything? If there's any problems with the lady, obviously Luba will jump in as well. And you can just chat through Viber or through Skype. Viber is obviously going to be the most normal way of communication. And then it's up to you, right? So I don't really sort of know how far I discussed this part here, but then it's up to you. So, but we're there with you as well.
And this is important. This is very important. I don't want guys to ask or like the contact information directly from the call. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is that I've seen it on dates many times. Like you want this contact and this communication be mutual, right? You want it to be like you like her, she like him. And I mean, you like her, she likes you. And you like sometimes when the guy was asking, oh, can I have your phone number? The girl was kind of like, she doesn't know how to say no, and she kind of think like, okay, I'm gonna give it, but I'm gonna block him or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm not telling that it's gonna happen to you, but I definitely seen it. So that's why we want to make a matchmaking. We want to match, like we call it like rocket match. That I want to ask the lady after the call what she feels, how she feels. Maybe she has some question that she was scared to ask. Maybe there's something that she wants to know about you, but she didn't know how to ask that because I'm not going to be present on the call, like you talk by yourself. But you know, later on she may have some questions, or you may have some questions. You may have some questions as well, and I'm going to help that. And I want you exchange contact, not for you just to collect contacts. Like I want you to actually have it and use it. And we also not limit you. Like I heard, like I think one company there was like, oh, only one girl in a time. It's up to you. It's like up to your morals and like your desire. You can talk to 2, 3, 5. I mean, it's up. Why are you laughing?
I just think it's funny.
We didn't discuss that, but I just came to my mind that really like they limit the guys, and there's a reason for that because they limit. Okay, let's put it this way. But we don't limit, and we want you to do whatever you want. And we want to arrange for you the comfortable environment. It's how I want to say that.
I'll just say here, like just before this call, like Luba and I have like a quick meeting beforehand, and we just discuss what we're going to talk about. And we said that we're not going to mention what it costs to have the date, because obviously there's the Heart Rocket service, and then however many dates that you want. So you can have 1, you can have 10, or whatever it is. So what we're working sort of with the agencies at the moment, and you got to imagine that, you know, that can be a little bit of a logistical nightmare, trying to get everyone kind of on the same plate. Not exactly the same, but they have this idea, they want this, they've done this for 10 years, there's this idea here, they want to do this. So we're trying to get it so it's like a close grouping so that we can like present it as one instead of saying, well, this agency you need to do this agency you need to do that, this one here they have another set of rules. So we want to try and make it sort of one thing. And one thing that I was pretty adamant about at the start as well, which was one of the problems, was that agencies sometimes say, okay, we're going to charge X amount, but you can get the contact details of this lady. We'll be prepared to give you those contact details.
And it's going to be not an email. It's going to be not some, bullshit that, nobody will reply. It's going to be only Viber. And the reason for Viber is that Viber, in case, like, there going to be some misunderstanding while you're going to text, because, she will speak, like, she does speak, but, maybe she would not know something, you will be able to translate. And I only see it this way. And if somebody, like, going against that, then...
Yeah, I'll just go back one step, because my putting myself into that position, which is, I had been in that position, is like, what if I choose Anna from the website, and then I talk to her, and it's like, I don't know, I always say Anna from the website, and then I'm speaking with her, and I'm like, she looks nothing like the photos. She's very rude, and I've just paid to get her contact details. What am I going to do with her contact details? So my approach to this is that, and this is what we're working on, is that you'll pay for the Skype or the Zoom call or the initial date that's facilitated by the agency, because they're the ones that have to make money, of course. If you like each other and you want to exchange the numbers, then you pay for the rest of the date, if that makes sense. I know it sort of seems a little bit kind of strange to have a date and then pay for the contact details. And some agencies do that anyway, but we want to make it so it's like it's all the same. You have a date. If you like each other and you want to get the thing, then you pay for the other half of the date or the other part of the date. So I know it sounds a bit strange, and believe me, it's a logistical nightmare to try and get all the agencies on board to do the exact same thing. But I just don't see the point of paying for the date, the contact details. And don't forget, the agencies have to make money, right? So I don't want to hear anything about people saying, oh, they're charging like this for like they've done the work, they've got the lady, you have to facilitate.
But honestly, like I did how you call it in English, like marketing research about the pricing, and even like it's gonna be the way cheaper, like
just trust us, guys. Like we're really like trying to.
Yeah. And honestly, I really happy when I have couples. Like I just like it's my thing. Like I just really love when I have like good feedback, and like I see the guys talking about like with the ladies, and they happy. Like I look at like Kevin and Elena, and like she called me yesterday, and she said like we talk on Wednesday. She started like she's taking a driving license right now. I mean, she's getting her driving license. She's taking her English classes 3 times a week. She started, but like even at 8 and 9 p.m. here in Ukraine, we talk, and like they're so happy to see each other, like and spend this time. So for me, it's really a pleasure, and like we're just trying to do it the best. Before you continue, I just want to come back a little bit with my Russian course, because a couple of guys mentioned that. Thank you very much for the feedback, Kyle. I appreciate that, and other guys who got it. Mark said that he's seen a couple of videos, but Mark, I also created a little course, and Striker will put the link down below. So if you want to get it, like it's not going to be cost. You can choose like it's a donation basically, so you can get it. But if you guys got the course and you think that you want something more, like numbers, like I will definitely add, and maybe some topics you would like me to add, I would be happy to do it. Just let me know what you want to see there. Like my idea, like I wanted to put much more, but Striker wanted to be smaller. Then the guys will be easier to like it will be easier for them to learn, and they will be able to feel more satisfied. But if my guys are already that smart that they already know everything, with no charge, I will just add some topics. Just give me an idea what you would like. Striker, what does it mean? Like 2 guys ask, what is rebroadcast?
This means, will this be played again? Yes, it will be played again. Once we close it, I think the next day, it takes like 12 hours, and then StreamYard automatically.
And the same. Just 1 second. It was something also about this rebroadcast.
Because you can't rewind it, maybe? I don't know.
Doug said, will there be okay, rebroadcast. Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to come back to my biggest fear when it comes to you guys doing these Skype dates, and that is that you only get one shot, right? And quite often we're like, the guy's like, well, I'm coming to Ukraine, I'm going to be dating, and I need to do. It's almost like you're a judge on like X Factor or something like that, and maybe you don't feel like that or whatever, but it's kind of sort of a similar thing. Like you might have like 3 dates lined up, and you're like, yep. And the real danger is, and we talked about it in that video, is that like you get one shot, right? So if I turned off this light that's here, right? And I was sitting in the dark, and I didn't have a very nice shirt on, and it was kind of like dull. When she sees you, what you can see around you instantly determines who you are. If you are like kind of almost want to do it, and you kind of look like sad or happy, or if you're sitting in a bright, and we know, like we've talked to like, I don't know, maybe like 130, 140 guys on Skype who've done Skype consultations with us. And when the screen opens, and sometimes we know what they look like because they've already sent us the photo when they applied for the call. Sometimes they haven't sent the photo. And if they haven't, it's always like, who's going to be there? you know. And when the camera comes on, if the guy's in a dark room, and we've had it sometimes, it's like, you're like looking and you're like, hello, are you there? You know, instantly you feel down. Like you feel like, well, this is kind of weird. Like the energy is down, as opposed to a guy that's like sitting in a little room and he's like, hey, how you going? You know, straight away we get this feeling like, hey man, how's things? You know, we talk like that. You know, and I see it with Luba, and like I know that she probably sees it with me. So you get one chance, right? One chance. That's it. And when I say one chance, it's because the Skype date is it's like introductory, right? It's like you're gonna she's gonna feel something when she thinks about you after the call has finished, right? It's like your brand, right? So when she thinks about Dave, I don't know Dave. When Anna thinks about Dave afterwards, she thinks, you know, that guy, he had so much energy. Like he felt like I just want to go and hang out with him. I don't care, even if like I didn't even find him that attractive. There was something about him that I want to go and talk to more. Now, if it's all dark and like dimly lit, and she's going to think, I don't know if I want to meet that guy. I don't have a very good feeling about it. But the difference between when Dave meets her like this and when Dave meets her like in a cafe or at the park for a walk or whatever it is, she'll smell him. She'll see how he's dressed. She'll notice his shoes. She'll look at his fingernails to see if they're trimmed. You know, he can then talk a little bit more about his life because it will come naturally into the conversation, as opposed to maybe a half an hour or an hour or whatever it is on Skype where he's trying to tell everything that he does. These are the downsides to it. And this is why I say you only get one chance. And I'm not saying that, like, we're not trying to sell this to you, right? We're not trying to say that do this and you'll be married in like 3 months at all. This is just an option for those guys that can bring the A game, that they can pull it off, that are coming over to Ukraine and that do have a plan of going to Ukraine in a matter of months, not in 6 months or a year or whatever it is, but in like 3 months. I'm coming over, and you can pretty much tell that to her, right, on camera. I'm coming over in 6 weeks. I'll see you then. Let's keep in contact. I'll send you some photos of what I'm doing today. Blah 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 blah. But I know Libba wants to talk, and I've been talking for a little bit. I just want to really bring home this point here: is that when I say one chance, it's not that you look at her and go, nah. It's the danger is that she looks at you and goes, nah. Or I'll just say one other thing here is that the danger is that you look at her and she's sitting there, you know, and she doesn't really feel like herself. She can't be energetic. She's not laughing because you accidentally, like, you know, used the wrong cutlery or something. That's kind of something that you can build on a little bit later. And she doesn't feel kind of like uncomfortable. But that's the idea behind her doing the call from home, not at the agency. So we're trying to solve that problem there. Luba, go.
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys, like we have a lot of calls, like we have more than 100 calls now since we started. And really, like you are so right. I didn't even think about that, because it's kind of like when the guy talked to us, we have a mixed feeling, right? He either talk like to the body, you know, so he doesn't care. Or he talk like, or he actually will talk like this to a lady as well. And this is a little bit confusing because really, like I don't want to point anybody, I don't want to offend anybody, like honestly, but I have to say that. And sometimes I'm saying that even on the call. First of all, it's like what Striker put here, that Frank said, that to be fair to the women, it may be a good idea to have men provided a recent photos as well. And I said about this before, and I talked about this before. I said that, you know, it's very important who you lie to. You lie to yourself and I understand that, you know, maybe you don't have a picture, or you know, like you don't like taking pictures, but you know, at least one, it's without it's important to have this like first impression, you know. And so like some guy, and I say about the picture, and I say that, you know, guys, you need to change it. Like ask somebody to take, like, let it be one picture, let it be just one, but it's going to be recent. And if you think that you're not looking good, do something about that. If you think that you put some weight on, go and lose it. I understand that it is like easier to say than to do, but if you don't like your reflection, or if you don't like your picture, there's something that you need to do about that. And hopefully, like, you will do. I don't try to be rude, but like also about calls on like the dark rooms, it's like, it's really scary. Like when we can't see the guy, or like sometimes the guy, like they have, like we see only like one eye, or they didn't prepare for that. They didn't put camera. I understand that you don't do it every day. I understand that you don't, you know, maybe we should do another video about that, like the whole video just about like how to make a good first impression. Yeah, so like the guy we was talking and like we was laughing and we can't stop it, and like we asked him, but like honestly it was very convenient, like because like we only see his like nose holes, like like he somehow put his camera and we talked to him, but he didn't fix anything. And then the other guy, you know, he had his closet open and it was like all messed up. Imagine if the ladies see that. You know, we only want like we understand that it is life and it's probably how your closet will always look until like Ukrainian wife will make it nicer. But it is important and also very important. And you all mentioned that sometimes we have bad sound, like that's, you know, some videos like one you can hear one side or another. We've been talking to a guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't have much
Yeah,
time.
I told as well because I was keeping the microphone, didn't want to give it to him. We've been talking to one guy and he was sitting on a patio. I thought that I will get death after this call. So there was a highway next to his house and it was a trucks, like unstoppable. There was, remember this call? I thought that my head, and I was in headphones, I thought that I will explode. It was so bad. If you have a call with a lady and you sit outside, then there's no way that you will enjoy each other. There is no way that you will enjoy this communication. You know, you should make a tea, you should sit in a comfortable couch. Maybe if it is dark in your room, buy nowadays on eBay, on Amazon, there's like so many different gadgets. Buy this selfie light. I have it right now here. So buy it and make it comfortable. You will feel better, your skin will look better. And you know, when Kevin and Len talk, like, I'm sorry that I talk so much about them, but they're like one of the most positive couples at the moment. He always, like, I don't even know where he find these ideas, but he always start the call with something funny. I don't know, one time he put the mask of the gorilla on. I mean, we was like shocked. We didn't like it was the first time, and we was like absolutely shocked. Then he like he put a picture of Elena instead of his face. He printed. Then he did like I mean, he always find. Of course, you do it not on a first call, but first call should be extremely comfortable. You know, I think I just come with this idea. Even if you make like put 2 cups, you know, and say, you know, I want to like pretend that you're sitting next to me, and you just like put 2 cups together next to you and you show it to her. Imagine what she will think of you. She will be like, oh, you know, this guy is so thoughtful. Do you need to spend money on that? No, but it's so easy to bring something not even romantic, but something like smart, you know, like strikers say always, like it's something smart. Be sharp, be smart, and make sure that, you know, background is clean, you're shaved. It is another good point. I already mentioned that there is no COVID beer accepted. There is no COVID haircut accepted. Nothing accepted. If you're going to talk, you need to present yourself as the best as you can.
And this is the thing, right? So your Skype date, we'll just call it a Skype date, regardless of what platform we put it on. It's the same as, well, actually, I'm going to say it's, you need to bring more of the A game. You need to be more conscious of the small things than in person, because in person it's not that hard to do, right? You can come across as a strong, confident person, you know, by doing other things, right? And but on camera it's a little bit different. How do you open the door for her? How do you take off her jacket? How do you be assertive in a situation that you've invited her to in Ukraine, right? You know, you've invited her on a date. You're going to take charge of this date. Everything is going to go the way that you expected it to, because you are the man. On a Skype call, you can't do that. You're almost, I wouldn't say equal, but not equal is probably the right way to say it, but you don't get the opportunity to show her those little things. Luba calls them, what do you call them? Acts of service. Acts of service, yeah. You can't do an active service, but what Luba just mentioned there is like having like 2 cups. Like kind of like, you know, we're having a coffee. Here's your coffee. Here's my coffee. You know, something like that she would remember, right? So,
absolutely, it would be so different from anybody that he met before, honestly. And you know, like you can make fun of that, like, but one thing I want to say also is that maybe, and probably it will happen, she will have problem with the sound. She will have problem with the, you know, maybe with something, but you don't have to worry about that. You have to present yourself in the best way. You know, the lady, she will try, she will use your phone, but, you know, buy headphones, make sure that it works. Buy headphones. And I also like a lot of guys have this big headphone that's like with this microphone, like you're a pilot. But yeah, it's like it's closing half of your face and then it doesn't work and then you touch it. Like have a little head, like little microphone here. Don't try to touch it because it will make a terrible sound. Don't worry about your, like, worry how you look, because this is your representation. And I believe when you do something like that, it's only how you want to represent yourself. Like, just make it for yourself. And maybe you have like, maybe you have a little bit like bald, like your hair, like you start losing hair, or maybe you like, you're not like happy with your teeth for now until you come to Ukraine and fix them or something. But make sure make sure at least that everything else is good. And trust me, it will, like, as Striker mentioned, like, you know, cup or something, or like, you know, you should say, like, you know, I started fountaining with ideas. But if you have a blanket here and you would say, you know, it's kind of cool today, so I brought a blanket for you. Like, if you talk to her in autumn or in winter and say, like, I brought a blanket for you in case you're gonna get cold. It's stupid. It's absolutely silly, but she will be incredibly happy about that, because she would think it is something different from everybody I've seen or heard or whatever dated before.
I just want to say here, I've actually got, because I've got on my computer, I write notes for, sometimes I may be reading a book or might be watching a video or something, and I think, oh shit, this is like such a good idea, and then I'll start and I'll write notes to make a video. And one of the videos, which I probably will do, it's about like having a brand, and coming from sort of from advertising design background, everything has a brand, right? So what I'll say here, I mean, it's a long video condensed into like 3 sentences. But everybody has a brand. A brand is not a logo, a color, how you look, your shirt. A brand is how people feel when they know you, when they learn about you, or how they feel when they think about you. So everybody has a brand, right? So think about everybody that you know, whether it's your mother, whether it's your brother, whether it's your ex-girlfriend, whether it's your next door neighbor. When you think about that person, how do you feel about them? That's their brand. So when you interact with a woman online or in person, what's your brand? How does she think when your name pops up and you send a text message and she's like, oh, it's Dave? How will she feel? A warm, kind, caring guy, an assertive guy, an asshole, the guy that had like spaghetti on his shirt? Like, how is she going to think of you? So always just remember, like, what is your brand that you portray to this woman, or to the world, I suppose, not just to a woman. Okay, so where are we at? I've lost complete track of where we're at. Okay, so the other one, I just want to, so the other one was like passing up an opportunity. Yeah, so basically, like, if you look at her and she's like a little bit boring, she's sitting like this, she's a bit shy, there's some, you passed up on an opportunity of a woman that is not exactly how you would like in terms of personality and the energy that she has. When you meet her in person, it's completely different. So that's a danger. Be aware of it. Like, don't take the date 100% seriously. That's how she is in real life. Okay, I just wanted to say that there. The other one is that she doesn't take you seriously. All right. So you have the first date with her, or the Skype date with her, and then
online meeting shows, so like sometimes girls not taking Western guys serious because of the everything they heard before.
Yeah. So you have a date with her, and then you go away. You tell Luby, you say, like, I like her. Can you ask her if I can get her number, whatever? And Luby does her thing, and then you have to stay in contact with her. Basically, it's not really that hard to do. So you have to try and keep up this communication until you come over here. Now, this is not something that, do a Skype date and then, yeah, maybe I'll come over in like 2022 when I've paid off my car and I can afford it or whatever. It has to be like, you're doing this and you're going to be coming over within maybe a month, 2 months max. If it's any longer than that, she's not going to take you seriously. It's just, even like 2 months is like she could easily fall into another relationship in Ukraine, or just like you, who can go on more Skype dates, she also can go on other Skype dates as well. So she's not, this is by no means is this a relationship, okay? So in our course, we actually talk about like defining a relationship, which is something that I think that a lot of the agencies lack, because these guys date a woman for 3 days and then they believe that they're in a relationship and then they end up paying for all the shit that they shouldn't have to pay for. So this is by no means any form of a relationship. What it is that you've met an acquaintance, and I sort of liken it to, like, say, something like Tinder or one of these dating apps, maybe not Tinder, but one of these dating apps where you started talking and you're planning to meet at some point when it's convenient for the two of you. That's basically what this is. This is not PPL. This is not a fantasy. This is not some bullshit video chat when you're bored or someone's there because you've got nothing else to do. This is, you have to seriously do this, because I tell you, here's a danger that we don't want to see happen, and we see it happen anyway, is that the guy's like messaging, yeah, I'm coming over, and then he doesn't, right? And then the next guy comes along, and he's no different than the first guy. You know, she's already like been through this. You know, we've talked about before about why scammers become scammers, you know, in other videos. But she, oh yeah, I already did a video chat with a guy, and we messaged for 2 weeks, and then he faded away. So that's her. If that's her experience in the past, that's what she's going to expect from you. I'm not expecting you, but maybe think of you like that. Okay, so that's. I'll just say that. Just please, like,
yeah, very right. That. No. I very much agree. And I think that probably for today it's enough to discuss that. I mean, how many do you have any other points? Because like I just want people to observe it.
That's pretty much it. It's that's pretty much it. That's what we've been working on anyway. Luba's done an amazing job, like wicked job. I'm so stoked with what she's done with these agencies.
So rare to hear words from you, strikers. I'm like, talk.
Well, like I said to Luba, I said, like, no one else in this industry could have done that, right? There's no one that could go to a bunch of agencies and say, hey, look, we want to do this, and they wouldn't try and like rip each other off or bite each other or fight with each other. And the only reason that we purposely put ourselves in that position, because when we actually started doing this, we heard from some other agencies, they were like, you can't do it. Like, these business in Ukraine is all about, like, you know, get what you can and like screw everybody over, and like, you know, and I just didn't believe that. My thoughts are, when it came to working with other businesses, was what I've done like in the West, in New Zealand, which was basically if they make money, they'll be good, you know, like, look after them, they'll look after you. You put money in their pocket, they'll do what we want them to do. Not that we're telling them to do anything except for look after our clients. And that was it. And it's working. Check out my new shirt. I'll pop my collar out on this. So that's basically it, you know. So we don't, but like, everybody tries to screw each other over, not just in business, but especially in this industry. And we've done something that we believe is going to be good for good guys. I know that a lot of guys.
I definitely want to say that I've been thinking about one agency that we have that kind of like upset me. And I was thinking, no, like, I'm just very like, because I'm very strict, like what I want, how I want. And like, thank you very much, guys. You know, I have to thank you for that. I have to thank Striker for that. And thank you for your support, because before I was like, wait, somebody told me something and I was scared. I was like, no, now I'm telling how to do it. And I'm telling like what to do and how and when. No, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but, and then I was thinking like, I should like pursue this agency. I try to make them do this. And then I thought, you know what? I don't want to do it. I don't want them. I mean, if they have no interest and respect to us and to our clients, and they they have a different, they change their idea, or they pretend super busy, you know, they can go for a walk. And I just like, we got several emails since we started from different companies. And I always try with the respect. I talk to them. I have a call with them, me and Striker, or just me. And, you know, I turned them back. I just, it's not that I accept them. I today was talked to a new agency in a smaller city, and I was very impressed with the way she talked, what she told me, how she told me, you know, how many couples she has, how many years of experience, you know, what she did. And, you know, what is interesting, when the person is not even ashamed to tell me about their fuck-ups. When she told me that, you know, there was something that she's ashamed of, but they solve it. This is for me the criteria of the agency that I want to work with. And you can be absolutely sure that if we have somebody, yes, of course, everything can happen, and we can't screen absolutely everybody. We can't. But at least you can be sure, as much as you know us, you can trust that, you know, we try to give you best of the best. You know, it's like the food that you give to your baby. It's like the same we are doing in our business for you as our kids, you know, to make sure that you are, that you enjoy it. So.
Yeah, there's one of the things that I had a note on here was, like, we can't screen all of these ladies. Like what we're doing online is no different than offline, right? So the idea behind Heart Rocket, the course part of Heart Rocket, was so that you know everything. And if you go against what we've advised you to do, like you kind of have to like blame yourself, right? There's no other ways about it. You can't blame the lady, you can't blame the agency or anything like that. So, and this is no different. Like all of these ladies that we've loaded on there, we don't, I mean, apart from listening to what the agencies tell us about these ladies, we have to trust them, right? We have to trust that they don't want to ruin their name because it's them, right? So we have to trust them. But if anything,
agencies who told, when I told them that, I told them about the community that we're going to have, that the guy's going to write feedbacks, and I'm just saying to them, and they like, no, probably we shouldn't work with you. So they have something to hide.
So this is like Lupa said before, like we've had agencies contact us. I would say it's probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6 agencies that have contacted and said, hey, here's my YouTube channel, like I'm an agency too, like we can talk. Like, okay. You don't realize who you're talking to. So I go deep. I like look at like web pages. I see how old their website is. I see how the website is built. I go like deep. It's almost like I could, I look into their lives, right? We had one, this is a very good example of it, it was because Belarus has very few marriage agency licenses. So they have to have a license there that's different from Ukraine. And we got contacted by one of them. We're like, okay, wow, Belarus, like it's got to be legit, right? So anyway, so we went to the website and it was fire. It was so shocking the website, the design. But hey, it happens. We have one agency at the moment, shocking website. We've offered to build it. We want to make it look good. So we don't judge on how bad the website is, right? Just the way that it is. But I went back and I could see, I found old versions of the website and I was tracking the age of one particular lady. Just one. I just chose one. I was tracking it and she was like aging normally. And then I got to like 2015. I was like, man, like since like 2013 to 2017, she's like stayed like 30. And then I came to like a little bit older and she started getting younger. And I was like, okay, so maybe they're a legit agency, maybe they're not a legit agency, like who knows? But the fact that they consciously made a lady become younger to match the photos, which is what it was. They were matching the photos because she would have been probably near 40 and photos of 10 years old. So straight away we were like, nah, we can't do it. Like even if you are legit, you're doing like the practice that you're doing.
No, but they was rude to us and the way they talk to us, like we just don't like it.
Yeah, there was other people as well, but they needed us and we didn't need them. And
yeah, no, but like the guy, Daniel asking which cities are your affiliate agencies located, pretty much in all cities of Ukraine that are like available to get into. And during next week, I have several calls. I will try to get more smaller cities because I know that guys always request that. But we have Kyiv, Poltava, Zaporozhye, Dnipro, Kharkov, many different cities, and going to be more. So, but it's not about, we never, like if I want to put many agencies in our course, like it's going to be hundreds. Like in one little city, if you Google it, like, that's it's 150 agencies. But it's not about quantity, it's about quality. I better have 5, but I know that these 5 are going to take care of you and going to help you to find your match. But so don't think about like these numbers, honestly. I'm sure like together totally, like just in Belarus, I think their database is over 1,000. So all together, our agencies, I don't know how many, 15,000 girls, like totally from all the agencies. I mean, but it's pointless. Like, why do you need these numbers? It is for today it's like 300 girls who speaks English. And you know what, like for example, one of the agencies, they said that we have more ladies who speaks English, just they have some other affiliates like from Italy and from Germany, and they say we already asked these girls, they don't want to talk, they only want to meet in person. So for them it's also like this. So she said it's pointless to put them, they will not agree for the call.
Yeah, can I just say, it's like if you do decide to do the Skype, like if I was offered to do a Skype date 2 years ago, I don't think I would have done it because I wasn't confident enough back then to like have like a Skype date. Now maybe it's a little bit different if I had to go back in time and do it again, I suppose. So I understand that that can be an issue with that. So like it's not for everyone, right? It's not do it and you'll find a wife, basically. But for people that want to do it, that people that can bring their A game and pull it off, it's basically the best way to say it is that it's like a preliminary sales call, right? So if you were like in business and you have sales calls over Zoom, you got to talk to the person, you got to try and sell the product that you're selling. It's kind of like that, I suppose, without overselling it yourself, you know. And all the rules that come down to, like, on a date, like there's the 80-20 rule. Make sure she's talking 80% of the time, and try and use this Zoom call. We'll probably do another video about this. It's because you're qualifying her, right? You're qualifying her. It's a little bit different, like, than in person. In person, you can see how she talks to the waiter. You can see if she's like checking her phone or not. You can see how she is. It's a little bit different, but every step of the way, we always say, right the way through up until the wedding day, is qualification. Like, you have to be qualifying, because believe it or not, she's qualifying you, and if she doesn't like what she sees, she will definitely not see it through.
I want to mention here the guy was asking 2, 3. So first of all, will it be available after the borders are open? Yes, we're planning it to be open, and it leads to another question that the guy was asking: when is the best time to come? We covered that in the course a lot, but you know, nowadays there's like when it's available to come, when it's possible to come, just come. Go, just run. And we have like 2 guys now who came before the lockdown, and they're gonna stay till the middle of October. Honestly, you know, there's no borders. If you feel comfortable to talk to a lady, to spend time, there's plenty of things to do inside, you know, like many things. And also if you walk, or if you like, everything gonna work. Like, business is gonna work even harder. They will try to do something while it's cold. So don't worry about that. If it will be open in winter and you have vacation or whatever, just come. And another question that I've seen here, it was just 1 second. About the consultation, that we're still doing our consultation for now. And like, if you want to talk to us and ask some questions about your future trip, about what should you do, where should you go, which, like, a lot of guys like to ask which agency to use, or like which company is better. So like, we're gonna help you. And I know that our consultation helps a lot, because we try to maximize our value, you know, with you. I mean, we're trying to give you the biggest value that we can about everything. And for me, it's a big highlight and really inspirational when the guys are sitting, making notes, and like, wow, I was expecting this call to be good, but this is like so much information. I have to get it all. So yes, we do our consultation. If you want to book it, just go to our website, www.heartturkey.com, and on the top line, choose consultation, choose the convenient time for you, and do it.
What just say here, like, is the service short term because of the lockdown?
That's it.
So when we were talking about this, right, it was like, I didn't want to just do something for a few weeks, or in case there's another lockdown. What we wanted to do was to, like, introduce a new, I guess, product, as you call it, or service that we can add on to, that some people will use, and then as part of the journey going forward, I suppose is the best way to say that. So it's not like do this now and then when the lockdown is finished, do something else. This is something that, well, we believe that it will be used going forward. So it's not why now, or you can't get it because of the lockdown or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, as you guys know, we always ask for your guys' input. Actually, that was one thing I was going to say at the start of this video. This is also, if you guys have any suggestions, add it here, but we've already been talking for 1 hour and 20. So
move a little bit further, because you speak like blah, 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 blah. I wanted to say, Mark, about Belarus. So interesting, like, we was not planning to cover that here, but you can travel to Belarus right now. So I've been talking to partners in different cities, so it's not just in capital, and they say that nowadays it's completely safe. And even if when they were showing the riots on the street, like she said that they have a couple of clients over there, and it still was like they was just meeting not in the center where everything was happening, and that's all. Like, everything was good. She said that now they have some, you know, people just coming, like, I don't know how you call it, but they just come, and they just like they come together and they cry a river that they have this president, but it's not violent anymore. It's not it's not difficult. It's not dangerous there. And our partners, they have at the moment a lot of clients who are coming like from other partners. So if you're planning to come, like, it is possible. We can't force you for that, because like every time when there's some political or situation, like I kind of feel responsible to tell you, yeah, like maybe somebody else would say, yeah, just come on board. Like they told me that they have clients, and I have no arguments to not trust them. They say that everything is working, that it is safe, people are traveling, they don't have COVID, they don't even like remember what it is in Belarus, they don't even like, nobody talk about that at all, nobody sick there. Even like it was one point of time when they have more sick people than in Ukraine who got it, but now they said nobody got it. And it's not because she was trying to sell me there, she was just telling me how it is. And that's all. So if you're planning to come, we have perfect partners in Belarus, and you can try, you can go.
So if you guys have any questions at all, like we try and like solve this problem in one go, and we know that it's like kind of difficult to solve, right? And it's never what's right for one person is not right for somebody else, and whatever. But if you guys have any other ideas, what's the problem? Like, let us know. You can put it on the comment on this video once this video goes live, or email us. Like the whole thing really, like with this, is just how can we solve these problems? And how can we solve these problems easily for most people? Obviously not for everybody, but.
And like I also want to say that, like somebody said about Belarus, one of the partners, like I was impressed. She called every girl to ask if they would like to do these calls. She explained, like, and she, like, we talked to her twice. It's like, Luba, you have to explain to me how it works. What's it gonna be? Like, are the guys serious or they just want to talk? I need to know, because my girls are very serious. And so she was like a big mamachka. Like she was trying to.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah, but she loved you as well, by the way. So and yeah, so they're trying their best, and we're not gonna try to sell it anymore. We just want you to make decision on your own, but we would like you to know that it is available now with us, and we think that it is good. So if you support us, thumbs up, and put your likes. I just say thumbs up. If you want to talk, just go ahead.
I was going to say, we'll do another video when we sort of nail down like the pricing, because obviously these live videos go for like an hour. This one's got like an hour and 20 minutes. My God. So we'll do another one, which is like the pricing of how we've managed to work it out. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Book the call. Learn some Russian. Then book a call with us first. Like, let's talk. Then also, I just will quickly remember that we have a consultation for stylists. And just quickly, we'll give you update. Probably this guy will write a testimonial on our website. So he actually had a chance to come to Ukraine, and our stylist, she had a consultation with him online, and then she came to him to Kyiv, and he called me like he can't stop. Like he was so happy about that, because he said, Luba, can you imagine? I spent like 2 times less than he was expecting to spend in Ukraine, because in our form that the guy's fulfilling, we have a line like, what is your budget? And so his budget, I think, was $1,200, he said, but they spent $600. And he said, I bought this coat, I bought this and this. So they bought like two suits, shoes, like jacket, sport jacket, like three shirts, and it was like all for, I don't remember like what else. So he was so excited and so happy, and she came a little bit earlier, she prepared everything, she like already like went through the shop, so she only like, it was not exhausting for him. He said, I hate shopping, but it was not exhausting for him, it was enjoyable. So if it is something that you need, we also can help you with that.
I'd just like to answer this question here. When does the weather change in Belarus and Ukraine? I'm going to say yesterday.
No, but today was.
But yesterday was like.
We had a party, and it was.
Summer, like winter, raining, windy.
Usually like October is still very warm, but yesterday like we had a party, and it was so cold and so rainy, everybody came in cold. And today I've been at the beach, the water was like not even warm, it was hot. And so it will be still warm, like, but the next week if you check the weather, for example, in Odessa, like it's not, but like it all says like plus 26, 27.
I was at the same party, and also today I was at Arcadia, and it was like a from winter to summer. You know,
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for another month and a half, I would say. In November, it starts getting colder. But again, like last winter, we didn't have really winter, so we'll see what's gonna happen this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Keep the president in the US. Yeah, I mean this whole okay. Yeah. The whole Belarus thing, just keep an eye on it. Like, you know, just keep an eye on it. Like for travelers that are coming in there, like the whole political situation, as long as there's no protest, there's no sanctions or anything like that that's going to, sanction would, but something that stops foreigners from coming in, you'll be fine. Like no one, like as long as there's no, like, don't go there if there's like protest or there's like unrest or there's shit going on the street. Don't, it's the same as any country.
Yeah, Henry, want to answer directly, Henry.
If there's political unrest between the people in the government, it doesn't like you're not going to become all of a sudden a Belarusian, you know, patriot that needs to like fight for their country, you know. So anyway,
yeah, we'll answer to Henry, and we're gonna go. You know, I promise that as soon as I searched Ukraine and I found best of the best in Ukraine, I'm gonna focus. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Kazakhstan and other countries. We've been talking about that. So I will try. I will try my best. It's not that easy as you may think. I wanted to have some partners in Russia, and their response was not so nice. So you have to understand that not everybody wants to work with us because we are too honest and we are too open.
Well, yeah, I will say this, and Luba and I have had this conversation before because I'm like, we need to do this. We need to make sure. And Luba's like at the start, and Luba's quiet. Okay, we ain't shit, right? We're nothing. We're not like a big player that's like in this industry, and it's like we can tell like these big companies, like these big letter writing sites. They tell them what's going on. You know, they say you need to do this. You'll take this amount of money. You'll write blah blah blah. But at this stage where we're at now, we have to like explain to them that look, we're honest. Like we've got guys that are going to come out. But you know, we can't bring you millions and millions of dollars, you know. But we can like let you charge what you want. You know, you can support yourself. You don't have to turn to letter writing to make any money, right? We can't at this point here. We can't say to them, you could, because I'm always with people like, tell them that they need to do this, right? If they're gonna work with us, they need to do this. They need to shut up. Not really like that, but they need to like do this and do this.
Yeah, I know when Striker telling me to do this, like it's just incredible. I said, Striker, maybe you.
And Luba's like, Striker, like you understand how this industry works. I'm like, but it doesn't matter. I don't care how it works. Like this is what we do. So we have this different kind of approach. But as these shirts kind of like show, it's like, you know, like maybe we're starting to sort of like, and the agencies that we work with, I mean, they're a little bit different. They respect Luba. You know, they understand like what we're trying to do, as opposed to just a letter writing side or something like that. So, but it is difficult to like to say, look, this is what we're doing. If we grow and we become bigger and bigger and bigger, of course we will be able to do that, you know. But as we've always said, like, you know, we're not going to just load up our directory, I guess you could call it, with agencies after agency after agency. Like they have to like make sure that they are legit for the most part, and that they will make sure that the guys don't get scammed. Like we don't. If someone is outside of Heart Rocket and they get scammed, we don't care. Right? Because they're not part of us. Of course, there's always like the draw card girls, the scammers, blah, blah, blah. But with our guys, like we care. So we don't care what they do to anybody else. It's not, we can't solve that problem.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for being with us today. We hope to see you soon in Ukraine, or at least on our coaching calls, because we would like to help you. And if you're serious about finding lady in Ukraine, we really asking you to be aware of everything, and I think that we're the ones that are helping. Because even today when I called this agency and they said, you're in dating agency, I said, no, listen to me, like let me tell you who we are, because really it's different. And we're really trying to do something else, even it's like really difficult through these times, through the virus, through the it's not about competition, it's just the people who doesn't run this business honestly, and but they're bigger than us, and so we try our best to just you know, come with these ideas and make them happen, and within our, you know, like for now, little box, but we hope that, you know, with your help, we're gonna be more, we're gonna be bigger. And thank you again for your support, because you really give me strength to fight for you, like fight with the agencies. If I don't like something, you bring me confidence, all of you, and you give me opportunity, you inspire me to do and bring best services that we can provide within this industry, and many more. Just keep tuned.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rich, Napoleon, Global Stock. Yeah,
I'm waiting for you in Ukraine. Doug, I'm waiting.
Thank you
Okay.
all. Thank you all. Thank you for joining us. I know it's been a long video, but hopefully we brought you guys some value, entertainment, something.
And if there's anything, like for the guys who already done the Russian course, if there's anything that you would like me to add to the course, please put in comments, and I will definitely, I will add numbers, I promise. And if you want something else, just tell me. And if you didn't got the course yet and you want to learn some Russian, Striker gonna put the link below. Please do it. I want you to have a call with a lady and tell her something in Russian. Make this tea, put the blanket, and she will be wow.
Yeah. Actually, I'll just say here, we were talking about like when you do exchange contact details and then you talk to each other. I think one of the best things that you could do, I never did this, but one of the best things that you could do is that maybe she knows English, or she's learning English, or her English could get better, and you already know some Russian. I mean, I know that whenever I'm like the Lula and her friends or whatever, like I try and use my Russian, and you know they kind of laugh at it and they sort of teach me some more, and they try and use their English as well. But like teaching each other like teaching her English and her teaching you Russian, it's like it's just so good. Like it's like you know, it's good. Just I'll just leave it with that anyway.
And Rodney, of course, we've seen all of your messages, but I hope that one day I will see you one-on-one on a video call with us. If you exist, Rodney, if you exist, if you're not YouTube. So, Rodney.
We talk about you all the time, Rodney.
We can't, like, we miss you. We miss you.
She needs to speak. She needs to see you in person. Anyway, okay. Anyway, Rodney, if you want to talk to us, definitely for sure, we can help you. Thank you so much. Пока-пока.
До свидания. We'll see you next time.
See you later.